to make a very simple, a very minimalist and simple and funny website. If you are a beginner and you are just learning the things and not making the website or not making small projects, then you are not going the right direction. So start making projects like this simple, and this gives you a boost like, okay, I can do something that looks okay, something that is something. So now, to create a website, you have to create the HTML files and CSS files, and you have to use a code editor. I'm using VS Code. So here is the HTML file and here is the CSS file. So I have to link this CSS file to the HTML file. How? Link link. If I click on this, then it asks me to do this. So what is the name of the CSS file? That is style.css. That is the name. If I had created a folder inside this website folder, like suppose, and give it a name of CSS, and then uh, drag it inside here, then what I had to do, I will had to come here and write this CSS like this. I deleted that because I am not doing that. Okay, now we attached the CSS. Now we have to create this website. So first let's create the header section. The header, what was the header? There was a navigation bar. So just write the nav navigation var, and inside that var let's put a link, links that, like website links that go somewhere, and here we are not going anywhere, so we will put this hash. And now, what's the name of the first link? Not that, it's home videos, friends and blog. Come back to this and now duplicate this line by pressing shift option or shift alt down arrow. Home videos friends, and what was the last thing? That was blog. Okay, this thing is done. First we will create the HTML only. After this navigation bar, we will create main section and give it a class name of main. Main is an element in HTML5, that means the main section of the body. So what is the first thing inside the main? That is an image of a cat, img. We will just write what is the name of that image. I have created this image inside it, so the name of that image is cat.png. I will attach all these things in the link, okay, in the description, so you can copy them and create them. Okay, now what's the name of that? Cat dot, suggesting me write this. Okay, and inside alt always write what is this image. Sometimes the image doesn't load, or in other scenarios you have to use this thing. Inside main we have to write a few more things, and the other thing is we will write an s2 tag for the cat's name. We could write anything, p also, s3, s1 also, but we will use s2. And what is the name of that thing? Bob the cat. Let's come back to the image if it is right. Yeah, Bob the cat, that's okay. Okay, now after this, what we have some text, some dummy text. Okay, so we will use the p element, the paragraph element, give it a name of txt. Okay, and inside this we will put some dummy text by writing lorem, then press maybe 30, 40, 50, whatever we want, then press enter or tab, and this will write some dummy text. We do not have to copy it from the internet. The VS Code did it for us. That's a smart thing, good thing. Thank you for that. And after this paragraph tag, we have a button. Button, and give it a class of btn. And inside this button, we want to put some text. What is that? Buy me food. Let's see if it is right. It is right, buy me food. So the website is almost done from the HTML side. I mean, in a very quickly. So you see the things over here. So but we have to do now. Let's come back, and we could put this nav inside main all as well, but it is not a good practice because that is the header part. That's a different part. We could write the header also, but we do not have many things, so I'm just writing the nav part. Okay, now we have to go to the CSS and give it some style. First, what we have to work on our navigation bar. So, but first we have to do some homework, something. Write this star and this thing, padding 0. We are resetting the browser given margin and padding, because browser gives some margin and padding by default, and doesn't make that doesn't look good on the website. So the body, the page, the whole page, this thing, how that should look like, width, height, and all those things. So what we are going to do, its width should be 100%. So what we write, 100 pw, mean view width. Height can be auto, or we could write 100 vh, mean view height, but not right now. I think that's good. We will not write many things because that will confuse you. Now what we have, that we have nav, and what we want to do with that, we want to make it bit narrow, so a width of maybe 40% or 40 VW will work. Height maybe 60 pixel. We are not giving it any background or border, and we are giving it margin though, margin. Margin at the top, how much? Maybe 8%. We want to make it margin maybe at top at 8%, and on the left and right side automatic, that will place it in the center. I hope this is going right. And we will do one more thing, that is text align. That will be center, and inside this nav, then we have some a links, links, web links. So what we want to do then, text decoration none. I will not load it. So you see these lines, if I load it now, those lines are gone, and this is in the center. I'm just correcting them. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's give them padding, these links, so that they are not stacked to each other, maybe 10%. Let's see how that works. That make it too huge. 5%. And I don't like this blue color over here, so color to be maybe black. We could write just 000. That's okay. And instead of 5% padding, we could write 20 pixels, maybe 20 is less, maybe 40. Guys, follow me. I mean, these things are easy. This should make sense to you. If they are not making, do not worry, they will start making. And the font size, let's give it a font size of maybe 18 pixel. That's still very small. Maybe 24 pixel. Okay, no, that's too big. I will be like transforming these to uppercase eventually, like this. Let me do that. Text trans uppercase. I mean, you do not have to write them in uppercase. You can use the code to do that. That make it very narrow. So let's make, why it is so, oh, that's making it very okay. Why it is happening? I mean, the width of the view height should be increased. Maybe if I do that, what will happen? Why it is happening? Something is wrong. Now the width, height, margin, auto, width, padding. What I'm doing? 30 pixel and okay, let's increase it. Now it's okay. Font size, what is the font size? That seems too huge. Let's use 18. It's okay. Now that section is like a little bit done. Let's go back to the main and use width. We use 50 pw like the above one, so we are not irregular. And margin of maybe 5% at top, and then auto to place it in the center. And then we will use this thing, text align. I mean, this is good thing to put the things in the center. Now the things are in the center, and now this thing image, does it have a class? No, it doesn't have a class. So we'll do one thing, main img, mean any image that is inside image, this main, since we have just one image, we can just go with it, or we had to write that class name. What we are going to do, we are going to we are not going to do anything with that. We need to access this s2 cat, that is the title dot cat and margin top maybe 4%. Let's see that if that works. That is okay. And now what is the name of that text, that the chunk of text, that is txt. I mean, that is the class. This is the reason why we give IDs and text, to differentiate, to give them different properties in the CSS. That is the use of this thing. I mean, to know this thing is different from the others. So what we will do this, we will use the margin top maybe 5%. Let's see if that works. That seems okay. Now come to the button. And what is the name of the button? Button btn, just the button btn. Let's do one thing. Instead of giving it a class, let's give it an id. No, call it button, but instead of writing a dot here, we have to write this. Now btn button, width 180 pixel maybe, height 80 pixel, font size maybe 18 pixel, and the background color of this button should be, let's keep it white. And what else? Border, I mean, what is the border color of the border? That is, should be black. I mean, we could just, instead of writing this thing, if this thing is confusing you, just write BLACK and this will take care of it. Okay, now after that, let's check how it works. Now nothing is looking border black, but what is the value, how big or small is that border? So we have to write like this, not like that. Border is 1 pixel solid black, like this. Now if I go back now, you see it's happening now. It's pretty large. I will just reduce it, and we will use a margin top 8%, so it's not stacked to that thing. Now we want to make the border rounder, not too sharp. So what we use, border radius, how much should be okay? 18 pixel should be okay. It's bit much. I will use 14 maybe. I think I have to reduce the height maybe. That seems okay. And maybe instead of 1 pixel, we make it 2 pixel. I think it seems good. Now you have a navigation bar, and let's use a different font. I'm going to use Google Fonts. Just go to fonts.google.com and search for a font of your choice. I selected a font. No, I will not use that. Let's come out of it. No, just get out of. How do I get out? I think that's gone. Okay, now we want to look for some font. Maybe MS Sans. Is that available? What is the name of that font? MS Sans. No, I think that is not available here. We'll use some font that looks good to you. I mean, Google Fonts, you have to use this. If you are making websites, you are not going to like put the fonts in your folder that will make your website heavy. You have to use fonts from the Google. That's a good thing. I mean, everybody is using this. You have to use icons from Font Awesome. You're not going to load those images of the icons, so you have to use Font Awesome icons. I will make a tutorial on that also, like how to use that. Let's select a font of our choice. we have a kind of funny website, so we will need a kind of easy font. Maybe this work. Now I have selected this font. Oh, what's happening? Click on this after selecting by clicking on the plus. Now click, copy this thing, come to your HTML file, and near your CSS link put this thing above or below, maybe above, and then come back to the same thing again and come here, font family. We want to use this on the whole body, so we will go here and inside body we will write this. Now save it, come back and reload this. There's a different font. The website looks a bit boring, but I mean this is a simple website. You created something, okay? We, I mean, you should be happy. Now you want to make it clickable, just make it, just place it inside a ref. I will just do one thing. Okay, I think I have to do it like this, a, and we will not take it anywhere, so I will just cut it and paste it here. Let's see if it work. It didn't work. It didn't work. What is wrong? Aref button, aref button, aref button. No, I think I have to put it here. I mean, what's wrong? What's wrong? There's no problem. I am definitely gone wrong here. I'm definitely wrong here. Let's try that again, but maybe I have messed it up. Hey, what's the problem? Why it's not changing its cursor to that thing? Anyway, just ignore that, okay? Let's do one thing. I will just cut it from here and put it around this. Cut this thing and oh, that is already there. And buy me food. Write it over here. Let's see if that works. I mean, that's a very bad thing. Now that is clickable. Something like that. Hope this is making sense. If you are liking this, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and yeah, you want to make websites, you have to keep making them. You have to keep making mistakes and correcting them. That's how it works. Give me a like and maybe a subscribe if you like, and do ask me to make more of such stuff. Thank you.